In the previous episode, we left you with us watching the sunset down by the beach. This morning, it's a completely different picture. Are we out there this morning, Charlie?
Yeah. Well, we had a nice lie-in. And we can just have a nice cup of coffee.
Too righty. Got the heat on, haven't we?
Yeah.
There we go, we're back to normal. Charlie's doing a make-up. Meanwhile, the wind is howling outside. See if you can hear it. Let's have a look. Not many other people here, Chutney. Just a couple of cars down there. I can't see any vans. Oh, there's a motorhome. Yeah, and there's a motorhome in the distance. Didn't have a shave yesterday, but had one this morning. You can't beat a warm flannel on your face. Bathroom with a view. There, we put the roof down now. Shut this window. And that sounds better already. Okay, ready for some coffee.
Right, now it's a mess.
I know. This is how I have to dress when Carol's too hot.
That's a bit extreme.
It's a bit extreme. No, seriously, we got a new rule in the van. Before anyone is allowed to alter the windows or anything like that, if they're too cold, they've got to put more clothes on. And if they're too hot, they've got to take all the clothes off.
Within reason.
Within reason. And then, and only then, can we start opening windows and raising roofs or leaving doors wide open, isn't it, Charlie?
That's the deal.
It's good. It's a good rule. It's a good rule, folks. It saves so many rows. 2 jumper day out there today. Go and have a look and see what the sea is doing. When you're camper vanning, it doesn't matter what time you get up, you're always going to meet dog walkers. Morning.
Hello.
There's a kid being told off underneath the bridge, so I better not show that. Morning. In the last episode, I kept forgetting my wind muffler, but I've got it on this morning. Oh. A t-shirt, 2 jumpers, a neck warmer, a hat, and it's still a bit bracing. Sitting on the rocks down here was a very nice couple who I didn't see until the last moment.
You're each other, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got to get on.
Well, a canal boat is like massive.
Really?
We had 2 dogs. We had another one before him, and he was like 13 feet big.
You have to lift him in and out.
About 12.
They asked me what the camera was for, so I explained about the channel.
Not next for life is too short, and then we're campers, is that it?
That's it, yeah.
Want to get a picture of him running?
Yeah, go on in.
It's pretty athletic.
Right here, yeah.
I bet that would be great. He looked right in the lens, didn't he? Yeah.
There's a warning sign against getting cut off on these rocks by a high tide. I think watching waves is very similar to the mesmerising effect of flames from a fire.
Hi.
Well, that's my morning dog fix sorted.
Well, that was a bit fresh. Time to get back in the van now, have a bit of a warm up. Hello Daisy May.
You must be frozen.
No, well I got my 2 jumpers on.
You
And
sure?
my neck warmer and my hat, so it's pretty good out there.
Good.
Although people are all wrapped up in their coats and they're looking at me like I'm some sort of nutter.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I'd camp there again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that was a great spot for the night. Nice and peaceful.
Yeah. Very good.
It was a lovely evening, going for a lovely stroll.
This is the tidal section.
So you can park down here as well, where this van is. But you're susceptible to the tide.
Yeah, you can see all the debris on the left here where the tide has covered the road, can't you?
Yeah. And this is the lagoon. Lots of wildlife birds here. It's a bit narrow here, so if you've got a bigger van, you'd struggle.
You could always do a bit of a U-turn and go back the way you came in. It's a little bit wider. After a short distance, the road brings you to the village of Keyhaven, where there's a small marina and some public toilets. After that, we drove on back through Milford-on-Sea on our way back to the New Forest. One of the things you have to do with a camper van is be prepared for bad weather. Make sure you have something to do if you're locked up in the van all day.
It's quite a nice high street, really, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and open and wide. This is New Milton, I think.
To be honest, we're not really sure where we are, so if you know the name of this town, let us know in the comments.
I don't know anything about them, they'd wave me past.
It says 2.1. It's much higher than 2.1.
Yeah. We'll walk around Burley, buy some fudge, see if we can have lunch here. We haven't booked anything, so they might not let us in.
And chips. Or shall I have the salmon? I was scampi and chips or lasagna.
Okay.
Just getting so excited because I haven't eaten out for so long.
Cheers, Chutney. Yeah, chips for me too. Yeah, we're ready. No, I'm not going to have that. I'm going to have steak and ale.
Yeah.
And I'll have the steak and ale, please, with chips.
So both with chips. Yes.
Yeah. So we had a look around the village, but there's one important thing left to do, and that is to buy some Burley Fudge. We've been buying fudge from here for years, and we ordered some from mail order during lockdown.
Hiya. You've got much bigger since the last time we were here.
Are you talking about my waistline on the shop? So would I recognise your name from the internet orders?
Oh, you should do. Keyhaven.
Keyhaven.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
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 It's nice when you see people, and we've had a few people recently that
Yeah.
have said they've been ordering through lockdown, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see them.
So that kept you going well enough, did it?
Yeah, and obviously we did a lot of work as well.
Yeah.
I think the first lockdown was the biggest worry.
Yeah, I
because
bet.
you just didn't know.
No.
And, you know, we've been here 23 years, and day one of that was, apart from Christmas Day, that's like the first day that we
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah.
It was just a huge hit, really, emotionally, physically, mentally.
Yeah.
You suddenly stopped, and
Yeah.
then you start thinking, well, what do we do? What can we do?
Yeah.
So, what did we think of our experience going into a pub? Not as good as it used to be.
Not as good
is
as it used to be in that particular pub.
No.
It was very cold as well.
I think
'cause
that might
obviously
be, maybe they've got to have the windows open
and
under the
door
COVID
open.
rules.
Yeah.
So we let them off that one.
Yeah. The food wasn't as good as it used to be.
No, and the portions were much smaller.
Portion size was a lot smaller than they used to do.
But again, I think it's very difficult for them at the moment because they
Yeah.
don't know how much footfall they're going to get.
Yeah.
Although there were more people in there than maybe than I thought
Yeah, there's quite a few people. So as time gets on, maybe they'll go back
to
to
where
the way
they were.
because
Yeah.
they used to do really good home cooked food,
Yeah,
and what we've just had wasn't
Didn't-
cooked there. It was like
didn't
frozen
seem
chips.
like it.
seemed
Yeah,
like,
it didn't
and
seem like
not-
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got your fudge.
Yes, we've been to Burley Fudge.
Been to Burley Fudge. We can recommend Burley Fudge. It's a really good fudge shop.
Yeah.
We've been going there for years, haven't we? Really?
Yeah. Every time we come to Burley, we always buy some fudge.
Yeah, and during lockdown we were ordering it mail order a lot, weren't
We
we?
did. Kept us
Comfort
going
fudge.
through lockdown. Yeah. Yeah, really good fudge.
So where are we going now then?
Well, we're just going to go for a drive in the rain and make our way over the other side of the
you
New
want to go
Forest.
to Bewley, don't you?
Head towards Bewley Way,
Okay.
but maybe stop off anywhere on the way that you
All
want
right
to
then.
stop.
Okie dokie, let's go. Bertie's, we should have gone to Bertie's for lunch, really.
Nice fish and chips. Well,
Fish and
maybe
chips.
tomorrow.
So I'm going straight on here,
Straight on
aren't
and
I?
then
Yeah.
right.
Right, yeah. Maybe we should go back to that posh Maserati garage. Pretend we want to trade in the little red car.
And hire a Maserati for the day.
That's right.
Go for a ride round.
It's coming down now, isn't it? We don't care, it's cosy inside.
We can stop for a nice cup of tea and biscuits.
It's funny how I never fancy an ice cream if it's raining, yet I eat them at home no matter what the weather. So we'll probably do a bit of a walk here and hold up until it's time to move off and part for the night.
It's a blustery one. That swan over there on its nest, yeah.
We'll have to get a shot of that from the big camera. One other camper here.
Well, this weather's getting progressively worse, isn't it?
As the day goes on.
Yeah, we just had a weather warning on our app saying that there's going to be storm force gales. I think tomorrow, was it? Did it say? Gale force winds likely in the south. It will be windy across the UK and Ireland from this afternoon. Strongest winds over Ireland, South Wales and southern parts of England. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour, possible with coastal, hill and more exposed areas likely to feel much higher, as an unseasonable area of low pressure is slowly pushing eastwards over the UK and Ireland. We can confirm that, can't we, Charlie?
Yeah, it's here now.
It's here now, yes.
So I'm putting the kettle on.
Yeah, put the kettle on, mother.
Kettle's on, mother, is the actual catchphrase from Stephen on Country Van Life TV. I'm quite sure now that I wouldn't want to be a duck. This shot reminds me of the Two Ronnies sketch, I Look Down on Him. This swan hasn't moved from its nest all the time we've been here. It's picked the absolute perfect spot out of the wind. The wind is getting to a strength where it's difficult to hold the camera still. Spare a thought for this poor little donkey trying to keep out of that weather. Of course, she's seen it all before and knows exactly where to stand for shelter. Got a little police car next to us. He's got two witnesses in the back, and the officer's just got out of the car and gone to the windscreen of this silver BMW and taken what looked like a note off the windscreen. Oh, I wonder if they got lost. I wonder if these guys got lost, forgot where they were, and he's brought them back and they've been looking for their car.
Really?
Well, they're
They
two elderly gentlemen, yeah.
Blimey.
Driven off, so whatever the note said, it obviously worked.
Well, there's a place here in Ashurst that someone says they spent a quiet night, but I don't see how when it's by the railway line and the A35.
Yeah, I know the place.
Just past the Happy Cheese pub down a dead end.
A Happy Cheese
road.
pub. We're trying to find a place to shelter from the storm, but in the end I called it quits and we decided that we would drive home this evening and escape the worst of the weather.
Last little walk.
Last walk.
Right, Gale.
If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more adventures from the Little Red Camper.